Hi guys, we are back with part 2 of our small town restaurant reviews. This trip took us up north, I-35, and we took the Winston exit, and we found a great little restaurant right off the highway in Winston, Missouri. So I-35 and exit number, it's going to be right here. And we stopped in. It was this little Trek Smart, which is a gas station.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be too good because, that's a good example of don't judge a book by its cover.
And we were pleasantly surprised by the food. I don't know why we're surprised when we stop in these little places, because it's hometown cooking.
Good. It is a perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover, because I thought it was going to be okay, not a really big one, because it's connected to Trek's gas station or truck stop or whatever. So I didn't expect too much, but it was mind-blowing. It was delicious.
Yeah, and it was right off the highway, right off of I-35 and the Winston exit. The owners have been there since 2014, and
that's what I was thinking, 14.
They are residents of the town, and they are, everyone that works in the restaurant knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody in town. Somebody's related to somebody. We love that part. As we're reading through the things that we can order, we get to the appetizer side, and we're looking at the fried cheese balls and French fries and onion rings, and we get to the tacos.
Grandma tacos.
And it's grandma's tacos. And coleslaw, black beans. We're like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah. We didn't we didn't get it till the end.
We didn't
see it.
We didn't. Those tacos were like like you're asleep and the teacher knacks you in the back of the head and wakes you up. I mean, it was like, holy cow, they've got weird tacos here, and they're fantastic. And grandma made them. Whose grandma comes up with that recipe?
There's the owner's grandma's recipe.
Yeah, and they're so good because you take one bite and you get one flavor, and then you take another bite and you get more, and you get more beans, and so good. I ordered a double
burger.
I ordered a build your own burger,
which I like.
And I said, I want a double, and she said, oh honey, I don't think you want a double.
Yeah, it's huge.
And I was like, I don't. And she said, no, you don't want a double. It's gigantic. And I'm like, oh, I want a double. So I ordered the double, and I couldn't get my mouth on it. It was so big. They hand do their own patties, so you're not buying some, strip of hamburger patties.
Like when you make a homemade patty, it's thick and it's juicy.
Fat and juicy.
You could tell it's homemade.
Yes. And Stone ordered a half order of biscuits and gravy. And it was a plate full of biscuits and gravy.
But it was big biscuits.
Gigantic biscuits, and then ripped in half. And so, yeah, it was really good. Matt ordered a cheese omelet.
3 cheese omelet, yeah.
3 cheese omelet, and I think I got one bite. We all wanted to taste everything. I think I got one bite, and it was really good, and then it was sucked up, and he ate the rest of it.
And we got chili.
And we ordered chili, because
chili is delicious.
We asked what is something that you make homemade, and they do several things homemade, but their pies, everybody's pies, I guess, in the Jamesport area are homemade. And their pies, they had a caramel apple walnut pie. Yes.
I died. I wanted it.
Yes, that we are going back for. And
it looked good.
It looked really good. But the chili, back to the chili. The chili was homemade, and she brought it out, and
it was homemade chili.
It was homemade chili. Real hamburger, more meat than beans, which I love. I hate having chili that has too many beans in it. It's very meaty, big chunks of tomato. You can add whatever you want. You can add onions, and they were light on the onions, so you can do your own, addition to that. We loved it. So we give the Redbird Cafe as many thumbs as we can. We took I-35 to the Winston exit, and then we went east, and that led us to Jamesport, into Jamesport. We hit the...
Don't need a cuss during this video.
Yeah, I can tell you. It's the highway F.
I know, I'm just joking.
And we went to the Gingrich's Dutch Pantry. And
it's probably the most famous one in Jamesport.
It's pretty popular. It's the one, if you've been to Jamesport a couple times, you've probably eaten there. Like right in the main drag, in the intersection of the middle of town. It's across the street from City Hall, and it's really good. We walked in, and
super nice people.
And we've been there before, and so we kind of know what to expect, but they're very, very conservatively dressed. When we went in, we asked if we could take video or pictures, and there was a young girl that was waiting that actually sat us at the table, and I think she got a little nervous, and she went and got another young lady, and she came over, and we got nervous. We were like, oh, I think we might have offended them. Like, we were afraid maybe they wouldn't let us take pictures. And so the girl came over, and she could not have been nicer. Just extremely nice. Allowed us to take pictures of anything we wanted. Didn't have a problem at all with it. She would even bring us by, I think she brought us by a couple of the desserts.
We got some.
She brought us a sample of the peaches and cream cake, which is melt in your mouth goodness. Yeah, it was great. So we're going to show you a picture of the special there that they have. And I say special, I don't mean it's a special price. It's just the Amish meal. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what they showcase in Jamesport, because it is a Amish town. So when you go to this town, you're going to find, well, my favorite thing to find is the spices and the cheese and things like that. But you're gonna find the antiques and all kinds of homemade things and just really neat people. And this restaurant had the buffet that had chicken and
they're really popular fried chicken.
Yes, really.
Did you take a picture of that?
I did. I got a picture of the fried chicken up close and of the bar. And there it is. And we'll have the roast beef and the Amish meal cover our faces. The stuffing was interesting.
Yeah.
It
had did she say it had turkey in it?
They call it Amish dressing. And I am not a fan of homemade stuffing. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't like the gooiness or the gummy taste of that kind of like homemade stuffing. I like stovetop, like fluffy and kind of dried out.
Me too.
However, we ate it all. The stuffing was gone.
It was good.
It was fantastic. It had bits of carrot and celery.
And she said turkey, I think?
Uh-huh. She said it, I think it was made with turkey or chicken, some fowl.
Too.
But it was great. The green beans are kind of a staple in our home. Mm-hmm. Like, we always eat green beans. And the green beans, my husband was a little...
he called them, like, Geigen beans or, like, something German.
I have no idea.
Like, I thought they were going to be, like, baked beans, kind of, but they were green beans.
Yeah.
And it was, like,
and they were good. I loved
them.
I loved them. He liked them. A coleslaw was... I love the coleslaw because I'm not generally a coleslaw person.
We had coleslaw at every restaurant.
We did. We ended up with some kind of cabbage at every restaurant. But the coleslaw did not have like the mayonnaise-y white sauce that normally coleslaw has.
It's like vinegar.
It was vinegary and sweet. So it was kind of like a sugar and vinegar and something, and it was really good. We devoured it. What else did we like there?
I personally loved their roll. Like, I love rolls, any type of rolls, but that roll was delicious.
That roll was delicious, and their soups,
and their bread.
everything's homemade. So even he had beef and noodle stew. And the noodles are homemade. The bread was, homemade.
I don't usually like the homemade
Even the
noodles.
sliced bread that's on the buffet was homemade.
Mm-hmm.
You don't usually?
I don't usually like chicken and noodles, like homemade chicken and noodles. But that beef and noodles were good.
It was good.
Like,
I'm not a
noodle.
I'm not a noodle girl unless it's spaghetti. But those noodles were good. They were, they weren't mushy. They were just right. And then for dessert, we had the strawberry rhubarb pie. And it was sweet and tart, and the pie crust was very, very buttery and cheap.
Yeah.
And it was really good. The pie crust was,
ice cream
I
roll.
cheat. When I make pies, I buy the pie crust that's already made, and I slap that pie in there. Once in a great while, I'll make it homemade, but that pie crust makes me want to make homemade pie crust. It was so good.
It was really
and then when they brought us the peaches and cream cake, we would not have picked it. We would not have said, hey, that's what I want to eat. And she brought it, and it just, it was so soft and truly creamy. It was really great.
She said that was like, because she said like the cook or whatever, she would just whip up a cake for their special cake today. And that was their special,
their special.
We're lucky. That was their special.
And
that was delicious.
Their ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
They used to make it. It's a kind of an interesting story. They used to make it homemade, and they stopped, and they started looking for a.
They got caught in the machine.
Oh, I think it did. And they started looking for a soft serve that they liked, and so they tried to find like the Dairy Queen soft serve, and they got several kinds that they just didn't like. They were very picky about it, and what they ended on was fantastic. It's very very, very vanilla and white. Very white, but very vanilla, and the chocolate is very chocolate. And it was
delicious.
Yeah, it was gone. We ate it all, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we love the Dutch Pantry. And the family that owns it has been there for about 26 years. They started it, and they ran it, and then they passed it on down to their children. And I think now their children are passing it on to their children. So that's just a really neat. And the family all, works there. So I thought that was kind of a really cool thing. So that was the Gingrich Dutch Pantry.
Next
and
was the cupboard.
The next restaurant we hit was the Country Cupboard. And the Country Cupboard is right when you come into Jamesport in the little town. When you turn on to F and you come, into town, the Country Cupboard will be on the left. And it is a fantastic place to eat. Just a little diner. They have their regulars that come in that they know, and that's always kind of neat to see how that goes. Okay, the Country Cupboard had different kinds of dinners and sandwiches and things, but on their appetizer menu, where you would see normal, like in most diners, you're gonna have French fries and cheese fries and mozzarella sticks and onion rings. There was a great, someone came out with, it was onion rings and fries together on a thing, and they were just heaped. They were heaped on, and we were really impressed.
I wanted that.
Yeah. And so when we looked at the appetizer menu, and we're going through, and we're here in this little town in the middle of Missouri, and we pass crab rangoon and egg rolls, and we're like,
what the?
What? Like, usually you can see taco salad sometimes, but crab rangoon and egg rolls on a on a like a small diner, and so we had to order it. So we ordered it. It was the most interesting crab rangoon.
It was the best.
It was really interesting. Like, you know, you pretty much always know what a crab rangoon is, right? And so you have the cream cheese and the crab and the little, you know, in the little shell. Well, this was in a wonton, so it was a much thinner shell, crispy, and the insides was bigger chunks of crab, cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, and we are almost certain there was some kind of
Well, not mozzarella, like
of cheddar or orange-ish colored cheese in it, and it was fantastic. The kids devoured it. My husband was extremely impressed. We did not get the egg roll because we love crab rangoon, and so I kind of wish we had tried the egg roll.
Extra crab rangoon.
We did. We got extra crab rangoon instead of a mixture. Yeah, it was really great.
If it was bigger, I think that I would go there every day just to get crab rangoon.
Yeah, it was good. The country cupboard had a lot of variety of sandwiches. They had
They're really
the
good.
Reuben, and it was huge. There was 3 pieces of the marbled rye bread, rye and pumpernickel, and so it was like 3, and then just huge chunks. And the picture will not do it justice, truly, because you're gonna see it. You're not gonna know what to compare it to. I think we tried to set something next to it.
No, that was the cinnamon roll.
The cinnamon. Oh God! Wait till we get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So the Reuben was fantastic. My husband.
Picture, right?
My husband said that Reuben was his favorite Reuben he's ever had.
And yeah, he said he had a lot. That was my first.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can beat it.
It was
really
great.
good.
We also had the steak melt,
Which is delicious.
which was really good. We're going to show a picture of both of these for you. So, yeah, the Reuben was great. The steak melt that we had was fantastic. We had the biggest cinnamon roll that I think I've ever had.
I don't know. Lambert's is pretty big.
Lambert's is big.
But I don't know.
I think this one is bigger than
You do?
Lambert's. I do.
I definitely think it's much
I
fatter,
think this
but I
cinnamon
don't
roll
know.
is
I
bigger
think
than
some
Lambert's.
might be.
This cinnamon roll is the entire size of a to-go box. It was gigantic. And what we also love about the country cupboard is the prices are really great. $4.95 for this gigantic sandwich, and we didn't have to get fries if we didn't want. You know, you can kind of get whatever side you want to go with it. You're not strapped to having to buy a side if you don't want to. So we like that about them. Super friendly people, and easy place to go. It was right off the road. The parking wasn't hard for us. And like I said, we didn't go right at lunchtime, but we loved it. We thought it was really great.
Like a small
We're
area.
middle America, man. Like we are right smack dab in the middle of the United States. Because of that, we have all kinds of different
foods.
people and cultures that just matriculate right here. And maybe it's just where we live that we are so blessed with really great people. But I am always encouraged to go into these places, and they don't know us, and they are always so kind, so welcoming to us, and I love that. You know, I just think it's just like family wherever you go, and I think that's just a really wonderful thing. So 4 thumbs up.
Quick question.
Thumbs up for our small town restaurants. Again, we had a home run day.
Yeah.
Hungry Mule. Favorite thing? That daggum tenderloin. Thumbs up with
Oh, I accidentally gave
thumbs up
down. No
on
thumbs down. No
Jamesport,
thumbs
and on the way back, Winston. So we will be heading your way if we haven't yet. We'll be heading your way soon. We've got a few more in this area to hit, and then we're working our way.
down. Like,
Subscribe
follow
us.
on
Facebook,
And
Instagram.
we give every restaurant
All of them so far. We have yet to hit a cruddy restaurant.
Would you stop? Okay. You're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.